Okay, so uh the evening plan or this morning we say demand zone 5682 to 5677. It hit 5682 and a half. And so I kept chasing. So I was doing an SPX call. It's really hard to do with my platform. I have to chase like almost $5 for my May. I chased all the way from 157 to 162, I think. At the end, I almost want to give up because if you that much difference. So anyway, it went higher than I thought. My initial target was 57. Let me see what at the supply zone. I forgot what I give. I supply zone 57, 55 to 57, 58 went about my supply zone 4 points. Then our put gets stopped out. Uh, we should have got back in. We didn't stay long. Let me see why we didn't stay long. That put, that's QQQ put went to $5.5. I think because this week got me stopped out. Made 10% on one third, and the other 70% get stopped out breaking even because this weekies. But I should know because all the weeks should be like a selling pressure. So if I held, it was 400% gain. Pretty juicy for a day like this. So we haven't really gone anywhere. If you look at the SPY chart, I've been staring at this chart for like the last 30 minutes to see what I can get. So this trend line is still holding. And then we are above this trend line support actually. We're just really the 200 has been we are not able to. And it has something to do with JP Morgan caller, I think. We can't get above this 200 moving areas. And now you see 20 and 200. Can this like come back down faster and then go back up, golden cross? We could. I I wasn't super bullish until I think early April after in Trump were like Liberation Day that we know exactly what's happening, maybe. So, but these two candles have good volume actually. So we'll see after tomorrow, Cloud Wishing Day, whether something changes. So my initial goal still almost 574. We were not too far, $2 away. Ideally, ideally, at least 50%, right? Go back to 50%. Even even better if we can hit 100 or 50 moving errors. But so far we don't have it. We don't have it yet. But the good side is if you look at daily, we have been having higher lows, except this candle. So I was looking at the past pattern, and so I always refer this to like the past pattern take how long? The longest one take about 9 days. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. So far, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So could be possible after tomorrow, and then Monday, Tuesday, and then we may start going back up. We need to print that SPY wave two up on daily. So um, here is a resistance. We cannot get over it. But if we could get above 580, 574, there is a high chance this gap to 581. Ideally, that's what's happening. I know a lot of you guys want to, okay, we trust you, it's fine. The police is not here when the usually she controls that. I'm gonna assign Data App as the once I start talking, I don't check the waiting room. So anyway, ideally we come back up all the way to 582, and then the three will be somewhere 539. So I still believe we are gonna hit here. And that's also in line with monthly, this at the minimum 539.80. 523, it's strong support because between here and here is a huge gap, meaning it's a big green candle. So there is a high chance we could come back all the way to this level. So I have two green lines and translate what happened to my chart. Translate to, yes, it would be like this. 5,500 area and 50, 30, 53, 70. That would be the worst case scenario. So that's what I meant by if you drop here, we will load year-end call. So far, I have only one call, but that's for May. So finger crossed. I think wave 5 down will hit that. And so tomorrow, really nothing changed. It's going to be a volatile day, I would say. So tomorrow, I would suggest we treat day trading trade less. Like today is so grindy. The last bit of call is like pulling teeth. I kind of regret even doing that because look at this. Look at this 30 minutes candle. Every single time we hit the 57.25 get pushed down. But that also could be a good sign. Why do I say that? Okay. So you think all this big long tails on top, that's a bearish candle, right? And with red volume. But we are closing higher and open higher. And not only higher, we're gapping up with volume. So that could be an accumulation sign too. Even on daily SPY, you look at this volume pretty good, even though you get it pushed down. So I think it's going to be consolidated a few more days. A worst case scenario to April 2nd, then we know exactly, have a really clear picture what's going to happen with tariff. I think market really just hate. It's like, you guys hear this boot dropping story, right? This guy living upstairs, and every night he comes home, he's like, pung, one boot, and then pung, the other boot. And then one day he only throw one, and then we're like, when is the second one, right? You can't sleep until he throw the second boot. So I think that's what's going to happen. Worst case scenario, I think April 2nd, we may come back down somewhere here and then off we go. Or we really just consolidate here more and we go. Potentially, we could go to 581. And then we could short if we have a clear signal. So for tomorrow, the level is still okay, still working. This is less like I guess a minor support. If the bullish momentum is strong, with this days, I don't really see bullish momentum strong. So I would say this zone still work. Why is that? Because clearly it tested multiple times, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? But every time press left very fast, with meaning there's still liquidity here. And even though it may, okay, the upper level liquidity may be gone, but the lower level, 5680 below is still there until even all the way to 5670. So I still think this zone could work. This one a little bit weak, but a price come back down here and then start going too, even though get pushed down. So, but we really need to break out this 5770 before going higher, right? So let's look at larger time frame. So we do have a whole bunch of higher lows, low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, right? So if you look at here, here is a higher high. So could we, you look at the MACD is above zero line, right? MACD above zero line, and it's about to cross over to upside. So I'm not really bearish at this point. I would rather to go long than short. So, but we can do day trading long or short, doesn't matter, right? So I'm still thinking from here can go to here, even 5,900. So that's still my view. It hasn't changed. And it's harder to trade NQ. So I still think you guys should trade yes, a lot easier, the level much reliable. But even that, NQ really hit the first demand zone and then left. Um, Luckily, I had an NDX call. I put a 10.4, and I don't even know why I put 10.4. I didn't even realize my call was filled. And that call actually went to 70 some dollars. But I acted, I think it's 25 or something like that. I acted. And then I also did whatever the pre-market I was telling you guys what I want to do. I can feel. I also did March 31st, this call, and it went to $80 from 50. Okay, some people say, Jade, your option is too expensive. Okay, I went with that because knowing that is the waiting day, it could be grindy, so I don't want my option to be killed. But then you can always trade QQQ, right? Or SPY. You don't have to follow. If I go long on SPX or QQQ, you can do the same day SPY with probably like $4 or $5 and went to eight. $4 or $5 went to eight in like an hour, not even an hour. That's pretty good too, right? So anyway, so people using your little brain, but I know two guys. I don't know whether Ben is here, and I buy and sell. So I buy and sell when he came to my Discord. He had $5,000 left, and up until last weekend, his account grew to 275,000. And Benny, I kept joking with him, Bentley. I think he made at least a Bentley car since he joined the Discord. So these two are really good at using the level to trade NDX. I think someone not mute. I don't know who. Oh, here. Okay, unmute you. So anyway, so if you think the SPX, NDX too expensive, just do QQQ, right? Like the QQQ put, where was that QQQ put? Like 480, I think. It went to went to 550, I think, when I look at it from $1.20. So that should be very affordable, right? But if you really said, okay, $1.20 is still too high, then you go more further out the money, right? Because QQQ, let me look at the QQQ chart. I said QQQ, the first downside target is 480 and the second downside target is 477 and really hit 477. So at the time, the QQQ was 480, 484 QQQ. So no, that's not it. Let's look at 15 minutes. Okay, here. So first downside 480 and here. And the second downside target is 477. So if you want to do 477, I think I did 480. If you did 477, probably it's 50 cents. Then hit the target, you could make $1.50 to $2. That's still pretty good, right? So it's really up to you what you want. I gave you target how you want to choose your strike. Uh, like the dropping is pretty fast, but if you go long, sometimes if it's grinding like this, you're too far out of money, your premium can get killed. Like I think today I buy and sell God, I think today he didn't do too well because he's called too far out of money. And that's why I didn't do today's call. I did next Monday, I want to say. I think it's next Monday, 24th. Yeah, I did 24th. No, QQQ. I think I erased it. I don't know where it went. I overrode it. So I usually give a couple more days out just to avoid this grindiness. So anyways, so go back to, let's look at sectors. So today, every sector is red except utility and finance. So finance, we have JP Morgan, we have Visa. So either, I think both of them are green today. I only have Visa. I didn't do JP Morgan. And then healthcare, if you still have United Healthcare, that's daily wave 3 up, right? So United Healthcare could be a really, and then yesterday I say KO, MO, even PG. PG actually, you can still get it. You have low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, high. So this could go to 185 from here. $20, that's pretty good return. And KO is also pretty good. Look at daily. This is, you know what I find out after I paid $900 for Mark, he is entry exactly same as mine. Exactly same as mine. And he charged $900. So anyway, can I just like, okay, I need to get the scanner done. So we only treat something like this. But again, you wait for all this moving air stick together before going long. That's how he does it. And sometimes like mostly breakout trade. It's kind of, I would rather go like on 30 minutes. So this is my entry, right? So this is my entry too. Um, okay, so it's not a huge price difference, but let's look at daily again. I wouldn't want to wait until here. Here would be our second entry, but our initial entry would be here. But here doesn't meet his entry condition. So he would usually just do here and trade wave 5. So for me, here will be wave 3, 4, 5, right? So we can treat 3 and 5. So Mark just treat 5 here strictly. Like he would have breakout like entry price probably 70, 26, and stop loss 68. That's how he treats it. We could do like that is possible. So he only do a few trades. He doesn't do any option. If you want to do option, you can follow him. And so Domino Pizza, I watched this ticker went in the last 3 days. I watched the sticker popping and I didn't do anything about it because we have so many positions. So here, beautiful entry, right? That's our entry. Your stop loss will never trigger. So how Mark would it enter? I think he's gonna enter somewhere here. I don't know. I'll be so scared to enter here. Where do you put stop loss? So I would rather using our straight reversal and stop loss here. And also Wing. I've been watching Wing. I said, should I go? This guy can go to at least $50 higher at this here. And I look at this guy like yesterday we had really good settings for Amazon. We did call on Amazon, so it went $7. And we did Apple. Apple, what, $4? $4 overnight. We did longer DTE, but if we did at 0 DTE, why we have so many YDs? Who is the other YD? Um, if we did it like next day or next week, this would be huge. But so we also did Meta. Meta went up $30. Really? It went up $30. No wonder that call went up so much. So because we have so many positions, and I was watching Domino Pizza Wings, and I didn't do anything. We already have too many positions to manage. So anyway, so today it's going to be short, like and over tomorrow. And so I probably want to give it 3 more days for consolidation. Yeah, Meta gave all the way back. That's good, actually. We can go again. Look at here, it's about to go. This is about ready to go. So I also think after tomorrow, we could go. This is 240 minutes, guys. 240 minutes ready almost. Sometimes when the smaller time frame is too noisy, you have to go up to 240. Sometimes I do 480. I want to see exactly what's happening, like larger time frame. So 480, it doesn't look very bearish, except here, I don't like it too much. And let's look at the so weekly didn't finish drop clearly. This is still pretty big. So when you have this big red like that, you need to wait. But on daily, this is green pretty big. So we could have more room to go on daily. And also, yeah, Golden Cross, they say. I never think about Golden Cross. Do we really have Golden Cross? Let me look at it. Okay. Shoot. This is Golden Cross, right? This look like a bear flag to me. Doesn't that look a bear flag to you? It looked bear flag to me. So I'm thinking this thing will come back to 454. So it needs sharp. The volume is good. I like the volume. And then the MACD almost, RSI almost above 50. That is good, right? So I really want to see somewhere like 493 and sharp. I want this I want the slope to be like this, not like this. When you tilting, like, could it be tilt back down? I want this thing to be like really sharp going, like here. So let's see whether we get that. We could get something like this, take a few more days to consolidate. I mean, if we drop 10% and the big money want to have a good second quarter, they got to load a lot, right? So now the earnings coming. So one thing really concerned me a little bit after I read FedEx and Nike earning. So most of the companies already dropped on expectations. If they still cannot beat, then it's gonna be really in trouble. So I'm hoping Nike actually beat both double beat earning EPS and the revenue, but the guidance slightly lower. That's already they dropped the guidance last quarter already, right? So the earning a little bit concerning. But market dropped so much already. So is this how much is pressed in? When market dropping clearly um doesn't have good expectations on the GDP on them. But on the contrary, today, if you look at today econ data, there's nothing weak. Existing home sales went up a lot. And then manufacturing, last the manufacturing report, this is much higher than expectation too. And unemployment claim is less. So if you look at these numbers, there's really nothing weak about this economy. So I don't know what Fed is looking. I think they need to have a eyes checked. But we won't know until this earnings season coming. Anyway, so tomorrow, if we don't have a good trades, we just sit out because you could get chopped out like today. So today I did so many trades and only make like 30 cents and I have to run. It's not a good day to judge our performance. Um, but this morning we did really well. That was quick, but the return was really good. But evening wasn't that great. Anyway, that's all I have. And I think we need a few more days to consolidate before we go. So, and then we'll offload some of the longs and reload at lower. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning. We don't have any reports tomorrow except the quad meeting. All right, bye.